This is definitely the smallest box I've ever seen a phone come in. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Sick Eric Tech. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Google Pixel 6a. This box is so dinky and small. This is what we come down to, is this sort of packaging for a smartphone. This is the regular Pixel 6 box, and they just keep getting smaller. So if you're expecting the Google Pixel 7 and a 7 Pro, this is probably what it's going to be coming in. So we're going to take a look. So this one does not have any pull tabs on here. And let's go ahead and take a look at this device, shall we? So while we get started, you guys might want to consider subscribing to Sick Eric Tech. I would really appreciate it. So this is the Google Pixel 6a. It is the smaller version of the regular Google Pixel 6, and it comes in about $450. I got it in the chalk color, and here's some stuff on the back right here. Just some little info: sub 6, 5G, 128, chalk. And let's go ahead and take a look at this device. This is the box it comes in. And here it is right here. So it pretty much fills up the entire box of it. So the back is going to be plastic, of course. And so far it feels pretty substantial. And everything that you're going to get in the box, not much. You're getting your charger cable, USB-C to USB-C. You get your transfer tool, and you get your little box with the Google Tensor chip. Now that's going to be the main thing about this device. You get your SIM ejection tool and some little paperwork from Google. Not much else in the box. This is the T-Mobile variant. And that's pretty much it. So the main thing about this device is going to be a very good chipset for a budget device. So this is a mid-range phone, but it's got the power of its bigger brother, the Google Pixel 6. And everything went off on Google. So here we go with it. So very, very nice feeling phone. It is definitely a smaller device compared to everything else. Here it is compared to the regular Google Pixel 6. As you can see, same design language and just a little bit of a smaller design. So very, very nice. And I do like this new styling that Google is going towards as far as styling their devices with this visor up top. Looks very nice and very clean. And like I said earlier, the back is going to be out of a plastic, so I would suggest getting a case, because you know plastic does tend to scratch. It feels like glass, but plastic will tend to scratch a lot easier than glass, and you don't want your phone being all scratched up. So let's go ahead and see if there's any power. So the display is going to be a 6.1 inch AMOLED display, 1080 by 2400. And you get a pixel density of 429 pixels per inch, covered in Corning Gorilla Glass 3. You also get an always-on display, so that's very nice. IP67 water and dust resistance on here, so that's pretty cool. So the specs are here, and it's going to be a pretty good phone. The display is only a 60 Hz refresh rate, so keep that in mind. For the pricing, you're not getting 90 Hz, you're not getting 120 Hz, you're getting a 60 Hz refresh rate. So we're going to go ahead and set this up, and then we'll come back and take a look at the device. Alright, so another thing I wanted to go ahead and throw on here is this case that I got off of Amazon. Very inexpensive clear case. Since this phone is a plastic back, you're going to want to throw a case on it, or else it will scratch up pretty easily. It does not look like plastic, and it definitely feels a little bit more thicker than a plastic phone will. It does not have that hollow feeling you're going to want to throw a case on there. And I picked this up off of Amazon for like, it's like under $10. It'll be able to show off the color just fine. I'll post a link in the description down below. That way you guys check it out. So let's go ahead and snap this in here. So a very nice fit. The buttons are nice and clicky and tactile. I like how the buttons are clicky just like they are on the Big Brother. And this is how it looks in the case right here. And the only thing I would say is this cutout is a bit weird. As you can see, it sort of bows up at the top. This is a cheaper case, like I said. And but still, it'll protect your device right out of the box. And it looks great. It actually feels nice. All your cutouts are nicely cut out. Your buttons are cut out. Your microphone. And overall, I think it looks pretty good. You get some lip protection on there as well. So you can set your phone face down. And it will protect your device. That way you don't get it all scratched up. Links will be posted down below. Alright, so let's go ahead and set up the fingerprint sensor. There is no face unlock on the Google Pixel 6, so keep that in mind. A lot of these smartphones aren't coming with any sort of Face ID, which is kind of a shame. So let's go ahead and hit start, and you get very nice haptics on here on the Google Pixel 6a and the regular Google Pixel 6. I am a fan of the haptic feedback on here, so that's very nice that they're not cheaping out. Does not feel cheap. It's got a very nice bounce to it. So let's go ahead and add another one. We'll go ahead and do my other thumb. So the fingerprint sensor hopefully will be a little bit quicker and more responsive than the regular Google Pixel 6 was. And we are done getting your phone ready. So it does feel nice in the hand. You do get an aluminum frame, so that makes it feel very nice and premium. And let's go ahead and skip. You're all set. Swipe to go home. And here we go. We are in the Google Pixel 6a. So hardly any bloatware on here. Of course, this is Google. Everything is nice and neat on here. And as far as storage goes, let's go ahead and go into, let's see, storage. And about 14 gigs is being used out of 128. So that's pretty good. And there are no apps, so I haven't installed anything on here. Let's go ahead and go into home settings. Let's go into wallpapers and style. So any way to change, I know that people were saying that you could only have a row of 4 icons on your home screen, which is absolutely ridiculous. And there is no way to change that. Alright, so there is a way to change your icon layout on here. That way you don't have 4 across. Since a lot of people are saying that you couldn't, you go into wallpapers and style, and then you scroll down to app grid, and it does give you the option to go from 4x5 or 4x4 to 5x5. So that's very good. I thought that there wasn't a way for you to change all of this stuff, but there definitely is. And then you hit apply, and then you're good to go, and you are able to get more icons on your home screen. So you got the Google Tensor chip on here, Android 12, 6 gigabytes of RAM, 128 storage. So it's definitely going to have the power there for you. The battery is going to be a 4410 milliamp hour battery with 18 watt fast charging. You do not get a charger in the box, of course. Bluetooth 5.2, Wi-Fi on here as well. The cameras are on here are going to be very interesting because these cameras are several years old. Okay, these cameras were on the Google Pixel 4a, they were on the Google Pixel 3, and they've been tried and true. They've been very good cameras. You get a 12 megapixel main sensor, aperture of f1.7. You get a 12 megapixel ultra wide aperture of f2.2, 4K 3060 on the rear. Your front facing camera is going to be pretty much the same as it is on the regular Google Pixel 6 over here, 8 megapixel aperture of f2.0, and you could only record 1080p 60 frames per second on the front facing camera. So let's go ahead and check out those fingerprint sensors on here. So they are about the same. So let's go ahead and unlock the Pixel 6 and unlock the Pixel 6a. So you got to keep it on there for a little bit. And the fingerprint sensor, pretty much almost the same as the regular Google Pixel 6. Of course, it will get faster the more you use your device to learn your actual fingerprint and to get everything jotted down on there. So very excited about this phone. I'm going to be doing some comparisons with the regular Google Pixel 6 to see those cameras, to see if there's any bit of a difference in these cameras, because we all know the Google Pixel 6 does have a larger sensor than the regular Google Pixel 6a. Let's go ahead and snap this shot. And let's go ahead and check it out. So very good detailing on there. Let's go ahead and do auto rotate. So very good detailing on the camera. I would say that the display doesn't get as bright as I would like, but you're gonna have to crank up the brightness pretty well in order to get a bright display. Here it is compared to the regular Google Pixel 6. You can see the regular Google Pixel 6 is going to be a lot brighter than the 6a, and definitely a lot larger just by a little bit. You got 90 hertz over here, 60 hertz over here. So there's been a lot of controversy on the refresh rate of the 6a. A lot of people are saying that it's not good enough. And I've been coming from using phones with 60 hertz, like a bunch of LG devices. So I'm used to it. It is definitely a noticeable difference going from 60 to 120. Like if you're going to the Galaxy or the OnePlus 10 Pro, and then you come back to 60 hertz, you're going to notice a difference. But I've been using a lot of LG devices lately, so 60 hertz I'm fine with. You could also tweak the animations on here to make it a little bit more quicker as far as speed goes, but a lot of people aren't liking that this phone does not have any wireless charging or a high refresh display. And I can understand the wireless charging and having no charger in the box. It's kind of dumb, but I think it'll be okay as long as these cameras are solid. And for $450, yes, we could have had a higher refresh, at least 90 hertz. But we're going to go ahead and see exactly how that is. As far as you can see, the bezels are quite large on here, a little bit bigger than they are on the regular Google Pixel 6. As you can see right there, but still not that bad. You get that squared off design with that camera dot right in the middle. So I'm very interested to try out this camera and compare it to the regular Google Pixel 6. So I know the quality is going to be there and it's going to take very good pictures. I remember the Google Pixel 4a 5G from last year took really good shots. So this has been my unboxing and first impressions of the Google Pixel 6a. Stick around, guys. I'm going to be doing some more comparisons compared to the big brother, the Google Pixel 6, and see exactly how this phone stacks up and if it's worth $450, or should you just spend the extra $100 and get the 6 with the premium build and faster refresh rate. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.